Hello, vintage Star Wars fans. In this episode, we're embarking on an exciting journey into the first unboxing of my vintage Star Wars collection. To ensure a cohesive reveal, I've set up a staging table where I will unbox the very first set of items and begin organizing them by type. This approach allows us to gather related items from different boxes, ensuring we showcase complete sets and related collectibles together. Join me as we unveil these collectibles in their complete form. Today's video takes us back to the vintage realm with some of the earliest Star Wars merchandise ever created, items that even predate the iconic toy production. We're going back to 1977, the year of Star Wars' groundbreaking release, to explore these original collectibles. The unexpected success of Star Wars took the world by storm, captivating audiences of all ages and igniting a frenzy for more from a galaxy far, far away. As demand soared and products remained scarce, a race commenced to meet the hunger for Star Wars-related merchandise. This spotlight focuses on some of the earliest items to hit the market, the officially licensed Star Wars pendants. These items are among the earliest Star Wars merchandise ever created. Notably, they feature the copyright details of 20th Century Fox without any mention of Lucasfilm. This is because at that time, Lucasfilm had not yet been established. Moreover, these pendants were manufactured in the United States by Weingeroff Enterprises of Providence, Rhode Island, via license from Factors Etc. Inc. Highlighting their American manufacturing origin isn't just a matter of patriotism, it's a noteworthy detail that sets these items apart from later film-related jewelry and other products predominantly produced by overseas companies. These pendants appear to have been available from a variety of sources. For instance, pictured above is a mail-away order advertisement from Starlog magazine from June of 1978. They were also sold from store displays, which occasionally appear on the second-hand market, and again with a mail-away promotion by Nestle, which offered these pendants as a bonus with the purchase of chocolate bars. For me personally, I vividly recall my first two pendants. One was purchased, and the other was obtained through the Nestle mail-away offer. After acquiring Darth Vader at TG&Y, I never encountered another in-person display for these necklaces. When Nestle introduced the candy bar offer, I immediately began saving Nestle wrappers to collect the rest, with Chewbacca being my second pendant. These memories stand out because anything Star Wars related was a source of great excitement during that time. Fortunately, having a large family meant I could rely on older brothers and sisters to assist in this endeavor, allowing me to acquire R2-D2 and C-3PO as well. I'm not sure why, but not all of the pendants within the set were available as part of the Nestle offer. As highlighted here, the choices were limited to 4 options, excluding the X-Wing fighter and the Stormtrooper. However, the remaining 2 pendants that were not part of the offer were later obtained through trading or purchased on the secondary market. I was determined to complete the collection, so whenever an opportunity arose, I did what I could to acquire the remaining pendants. With a little bit of history out of the way, let's take a closer look at each pendant. Everyone bearing its own unique design and features that capture the essence of the Star Wars universe. First up, we have none other than Darth Vader. This particular one has a special place for me as it was my first, and I remember the day it was purchased. It features the imposing head of Darth Vader, the iconic Sith Lord. In these early days, Vader was still a mysterious figure of which not much was known about. Nobody had ever seen a character quite like Darth, and he ended up being one of the greatest screen villains of all time. Take notice of the detailed craftsmanship, which captures Vader's menacing presence. In addition, each of these pendants came with a character tag that provided a brief description. In this case, Darth Vader, whose tag reads, "Darth Vader personifies the evil of the Galactic Empire." The awesome, malevolent figure dressed in flowing black robes keeps his face forever masked by a grotesque breath screen. He employs his extrasensory powers to keep the Emperor enthroned and to aid Governor Tarkin in the destruction of the rebellion. As a 7- or 8-year-old kid, this was the height of cool. Next, we have Chewbacca, the loyal Wookiee companion. This pendant showcases Chewie's distinct features and fur, embodying the beloved character's strength and loyalty. The tag for Chewbacca reads, "Chewbacca, the 100-year-old giant Wookiee, co-pilots the Millennium Falcon. The huge anthropoid has a quasi-monkey face, with large blue eyes that soften his awesome appearance. His language includes little more than a series of grunts, which can reach a deafening crescendo if his temper is aroused. When viewed from the rear, you can observe that this pendant is composed of three separate pieces. There's the main body, the articulated swinging arms, and the distinct bandolier, each crafted as individual elements of this intricate design. Another notable aspect is the vintage Star Wars logo found on most of these pendants' tags, indicating their early production. Only two of these pendants feature the later, modern logo, distinguishing them as later additions to the collection. Moving on to our next pendant, we have R2-D2, the resourceful astromech droid. This pendant captures R2's iconic design, complete with his dome head and intricate details. R2's tag reads as follows: R2-D2 is a meter-high cylindrical robot whose face is a massive computer light surrounding a single radar eye. R2, a sophisticated computer repair and information retrieval robot, can only speak to another robot in a series of electronic sounds. The feisty, rebellious automaton moves on thick, clawed legs. Similar to Chewbacca, when viewed from the rear, you can see that this pendant is composed of two separate pieces, the main body and the articulated swinging legs. Each piece is crafted meticulously, adding to the intricate design. Now let's admire C-3PO, the polite and fluent protocol droid. This pendant reflects C-3PO's elegant design with his golden finish and recognizable humanoid features. The tag for C-3PO reads as follows: C-3PO is a tall robot with a gleaming metallic surface. As a human-robot relations specialist, he translates thousands of the galactic languages, including the electronic tongue spoken by many robots. His human-like appearance is often matched with his human-like behavior as well. When viewed from the rear, C-3PO is also constructed in two pieces, the main body and the articulated swinging arms. Each piece is meticulously crafted, showcasing intricate detail in the design of this pendant. Moving on to the X-Wing fighter, a pivotal starship in the Rebel Alliance. This pendant represents the sleek and powerful design of the X-Wing, symbolizing the fight against the Galactic Empire. The tag for the X-Wing fighter reads: the Incom T-65 is the X-Wing fighter rocket with wing-mounted armament and quadruple engines deployed for maximum firepower and maneuverability. The T-65 was the only fighter available to attack the Imperial Station Death Star. Luke Skywalker used this fighter in the desperate encounter on the enemy battle station and was victorious in destroying the Death Star. This pendant is constructed from a single mold and boasts some great detailing. What is particularly noteworthy about all these pendants and their respective tag descriptions is that during this time period, there were not VHSs, DVDs, Blu-rays, or streaming services available. You could not just go home and watch the movie at will, so these descriptions provided fans an opportunity to relive iconic moments and remember iconic characters within their own imaginations. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our last pendant, the Stormtrooper, faceless soldiers of the Empire. This pendant showcases the iconic white armor and helmet of the Stormtroopers, embodying the Galactic Empire's formidable presence. The tag for the Stormtrooper pendant reads as follows: Stormtroopers are the drones of the Galactic Empire who carry out a reign of terror among the disheartened worlds of the galaxy. Hidden underneath white armored spacesuits, these fearsome troops enforce restrictive laws disregarding human rights. Quite often they are tools of the imperial governors and bureaucrats. Now that we've explored the formidable presence of the Stormtroopers enforcing order in the galaxy, let's shift our focus to the structured presentation of Star Wars merchandise, including the fascinating packaging and chain variations that added unique dimensions to these iconic collectibles. Initially, it seems that the type of chain received was determined by how the pendant was packaged. For example, the encased version of the X-Wing fighter comes with a more streamlined chain, as seen here. The same streamlined chain is also present with the carded pendants. Personally, I have never seen these pendants packaged using these alternate methods. I wasn't even aware that variations in chains or packaging existed until I started researching for this video. The only pendants I remember ever seeing in the wild were either loose and hanging on a display or packaged in a plastic bag with a stapled cardboard flap. That being the case, even the cardboard flap was missing from the mail-away offers. The image here depicts the two chain variations in a side-by-side comparison. All things considered, I actually prefer the thicker twisted chain on these pendants for both durability and aesthetics. Here is an image of the plastic bag packaging from my own purchases. It's interesting to note that earlier versions of these plastic bags lacked any logo, while later versions featured the modern Star Wars logo. You may also notice that 2 packages are missing. As mentioned earlier, these pendants were acquired later through the secondary market. Now that we've examined the different packaging variations, let's dive into an intriguing promotional offer from 1979 when Nestle introduced a unique promotion that allowed consumers to exchange wrappers for Star Wars pendants. For every 10 wrappers, you could mail away for a pendant. This method was how I acquired 3 of my pendants, with much help from older brothers and sisters contributing to the cause. It just so happens that I have an almost half-a-century-old Nestle Crunch wrapper that advertises this nostalgic promotional offer. As we take a closer look at this remarkable piece of Star Wars history, you will notice the wrapper prominently features the iconic Star Wars logo and details about the Nestle promotion, inviting consumers to collect wrappers in exchange for these coveted Star Wars pendants. This artifact not only represents a bygone era of promotional marketing, but also serves as a tangible connection to the excitement and collectability of Star Wars merchandise from the late 70s. I truly appreciate having this given its role in bringing these cherished pendants into the hands of fans. But the pendant promotion isn't the only artifact I have available. Nestle included thank you cards within the packaging, which added a personal touch to this iconic mail-away offer. As fate would have it, I just so happened to have one of these thank you cards. Now that we've uncovered these unique artifacts, including the Nestle thank you card, I'm excited to share my vision for preserving these pieces of Star Wars history. It would be a shame to simply put them back in the box inside a sandwich bag, much like they have been for all these years. As I've mentioned, this channel is dedicated to preserving and cherishing these Star Wars treasures. My goal is to create a stunning piece of memorabilia by mounting and framing these pendants alongside the marketing and promotional materials, including all the original tags. This effort will serve as a unified tribute to this memorable moment in Star Wars history. Without further delay, let's get these artifacts up to Rob, my local framer, and see what we can do. After taking measurements and discussing the layout, I returned home to wait. I'm confident that Rob will complete the project with the same care and artistry he has shown in many other projects. And boy, did he ever. Through the magic of video editing, we can jump in time 14 days later and reveal his artistry. This is truly an amazing display, and it exceeded my expectations. He selected a wonderful neckline display for positioning each pendant, along with their tag descriptions. These elements are beautifully integrated with the promotional materials, thank you card, and logo bags. Rob even used the same silver cardstock inserted into the logo bags to showcase the Vader pendant. This was a genius move since the Vader pendant is all black and would have otherwise blended into a black background. It's this kind of attention to detail and design brilliance that keeps me coming back to Rob. He truly is an artist. As further proof of his craftsmanship, Rob used an extra pendant tag to showcase the front design. Overall, he successfully captured exactly what I was looking for. A piece that conveys the overall experience of these early Star Wars collectibles and provides a glimpse into what it was like to be a kid at that time. And that brings us to the conclusion of another episode. I hope you enjoyed learning about these vintage pendants and will join me as we delve further into my vintage Star Wars collection, piece by piece. Until next time, may the Force be with you.